Hello and welcome. Despite being grateful and happy to be home after such a long trip to the outback, which I shared in the previous 2 episodes, we just took another short trip away, but only a few hours north this time. It was a special time of reconnection with my darling girl. Gosh, I love being her mum. There's so much I love about Eleanor, but I especially love and learn from her natural expression of joy. She'll twirl and dance at a moment's notice. She'll say it's the best day ever with absolute honesty and delight. Even when I taught her the basics of playing pool, she talked about it for days with such joy. It's also fun sharing this vlogging journey with her. She's always had a little bit of photography around her due to my love of taking nature photos. But I find her taking off on her own with some of my gear often, picking scenes to shoot herself. What are you doing, darling? What are you going to film?
The ponies.
You got it, sweetie?
Yeah, there we go. Got it. Hey Mum, what are you filming?
Oh, I'm just going to do these photos over... Are you filming?
Yeah.
I'm just going to do these palms here, honey.
Okay.
We didn't venture far from the resort we booked into. We didn't need to.
There's lots of rupu, Mum.
It sure is, it's everywhere. Together, we just created some footage to share with you and then hung out together. Simplicity truly does bring delight. It was a special time for us both before heading home once again. You may recognise these bricks or this spot from episode 2 when I was first getting started on the vlog, and I just felt like coming back here to reflect a little bit on the journey and to say thank you to all of you who are watching it and all of you who are leaving comments, whether it's on social media or through my mailing list, which is where most of the comments are coming in from. It's lovely. It's lovely to hear how you're enjoying it, but also how the example of my life is actually helping you with your life. So since episode 2, we've had a change of seasons, and lots has unfolded, and I'm becoming a lot more comfortable with vlogging. And I also shifted the focus a little bit from being totally about the finer details of my life to storytelling, and that is just bringing me immense joy. And I want to thank you for sharing the journey with me. If you've watched from episode 2 up to this one, episode 10, then we have travelled some massive miles together already, as you will well know from the road trips. And so I'm at home at the moment, no further road trips in this episode. So I just wanted to say thank you and to show you a little bit around this spot, which is called Point Danger. It's on the border of New South Wales and Queensland, which are 2 eastern states in Australia. And so I'm sitting in Queensland at the moment, but if I walk 150 metres that way, then I'm in New South Wales, and I've got the Pacific Ocean behind me. And just south of that is the mouth of the Tweed River, where it comes out to join the ocean. And because we've had so much rain up river, again, it's all this fresh muddy water has joined the beautiful Pacific. But mostly I just want to say thank you for sharing the journey and being here and giving me your feedback and bearing with me while I'm courageously evolving on this filmmaking journey, which is so new to me, but it's a brave act, and but also one of delight for myself, and I'm glad delight for many of you as well, or for all of you. If you're not enjoying it, then you won't be here. With a commitment to spend as much time with friends in real life, I headed down the freeway a little for lunch in Byron with my lovely friend Georgia. A part of Georgia's work is to teach women how to rest deeply. I'll include a link to her website with this video. With the rain continuing a couple of days later, it was to Brunswick Heads for a meeting with my talented graphic designer friend Emma. I'm working with Emma to create a range of prints of my nature photos and words. I'll include a link to Emma with this video too. So as well as catching up with a couple of lovely friends, and as well as working on the new print line of my photos and quotes, there's lots of other changes going on in my world, and I look very, very forward to sharing them with you over the next few vlogs and ongoing. But what I thought I might just touch on quickly in this episode is that how much life is a dance between surrender and hope. And so the word manifest is pretty trendy and everything else, and you hear all about that you're the creator of your own life, whether you're conscious of it or not. But what I'd like to share is how it's worked for me is that the commitment to surrender plays just as much a role in the creation of what you want, in getting very clear about what you also want. And so a few years ago, I created like a little mind movie of what my ideal world would look like. But what I was really putting out there is what my ideal world would feel like, because it never ends up looking how you think it's going to look, but it's the feeling that we're trying to achieve anyway. But I didn't want to miss my life in the process, and I am very committed to presence as much as I can be. And when you're brave enough to be committed to presence, then you're surrendering into life with trust, because you're not always trying to work on the future. You're actually there for your life along the way. And surrendering has played such a huge part in this forthcoming dream manifesting. And so I think it's a bit of a dance, because when you surrender, or you commit to presence, which is what surrender is really, you're letting go of trying to control things, and you're getting out of the way so life can help you. And so you are committed to presence and just being there, and so you're gifting yourself not only with presence and seeing what's going on in your life, but you stop the control and the force and everything else. But none of us as humans are present all the time, 24 hours a day. You just can't be. It's human nature to dream and want to expand. And so that's where we do the creating, and whether it's through worrying about what we don't want, or whether it's consciously saying this is what I do want and working towards that and imagining it and feeling it. And sometimes I have felt some of my dreams to such a point that I've been crying tears of gratitude years before they've actually unfolded, because I believed in them so strongly and felt them so strongly that I just knew in that moment they would unfold. And of course then as you carry on with life, all the fears come up and doubts and everything else, and then you come back to presence, and then you come back to surrender. And so it's a dance between the two. You can't ever be fully present and working on your dream, or fully focused and working on your dream, and you can't ever be fully present either. And so it's just a dance between the two, and also developing compassion for your humanness, so that when you're not strong enough to focus on your dream, or you may catch yourself worrying, or you might even not even be present enough to catch yourself worrying, That's just part of being human, and it's just a part of yourself, your old self trying to protect you. But then you sort of get back to presence and you get to enjoy your life as it is right now. So when you do actually land in your dream eventually, you haven't missed your life in the process. So like I say, there is a lot unfolding in my world at the moment, and I'm just feeling incredibly grateful that I haven't missed my life while I've been waiting for these other dreams to unfold. And as I say, I will absolutely be sharing them with you as we go along, and there's just a few things getting put in place right now. But I guess the biggest thing to say is right now my head has, over the last few weeks, my head has just been wrapped up in all sorts of legal things professionally, a couple of legal things professionally, a couple of legal things in my personal life. And yeah, there's only so much legal, unless you really want to be a lawyer, there's only so much legal stuff that is healthy for you, I think. So it's almost dark outside, so I'm going to take Doggy for a walk and just around the complex where I live, and have a chat with the neighbours, and actually let my brain just go for a while. But hopefully that's some food for thought for you anyway. Life is a dance between surrender and hope, and you can't ever be in both all the time. So be gentle on yourself while you're doing that dance or that flow from one to the other, because it's just part of being human.